Butch Show with your host, legendary country music superstar, Butch Holler. Puppets, music, cat tips, stories, and more with your host, Butch Holler.
It's the Butch Holler Show. Well, we're back, and it's episode 2, and I thank you for coming and joining us here again. We got a hell of a show for you today. We got cat tips. We got cooking for one. That's a fun little segment. We're going to show you how to operate a can opener, the electric one. It's a fantastic, brand new thing, newfangled they call it. And we got a musical guest called Frankie and Jimmy. And I'm excited to have them on the show. They're going to play right here in the kitchen. My wife Maureen's out of the hospital, and she's going to be my Ed McMahon kind of co-pilot here. And I look forward to having her on the show. I hope we don't get into too many fights. But are you excited about being on the show?
Not at all. I told you I'd never do it.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Every time I'm here, I get hurt.
Oh, it won't be like last time. It'll be... Anyway, we're going to have all these things. And plus much, much more. And I hope you stick around and come on back and see us here on the Butch Holler Show.
Helpful and handy cat tips with your host, Butch Holler.
Hi Butch, this is Peter from the UK. Pardon my profanity here. I have a bastard of a cat that wakes me up through the night many times. And I know you're an expert in cat tips, so I was hoping you could help me out. Cheers.
Well, thank you for asking, Peter. Now, you're a bastard of a cat. You've got to show them dominance. And one of the ways that I like to do that is I like to keep my cats confused. And I do it by means sometimes of a card trick. And I could show you a trick right now that you can show a cat that will mesmerize them and keep you thinking that you are the supreme monkey in the house. Now, here's a card here. Here's a card there. Now, here's what I'm going to teach you. Put it in your hand like this. Like this. And that'll blow a cat's mind. Well, let's go try this with a cat right now, and I can show you just how this keeps your cat cool and under your control in your home. Come on back for cat tips. Howdy, friends of the Butch Holler Show. You know, we got a lot more content for you. It's all on Patreon. I got more interviews, more of my music, me playing the guitar all the time. Come on over, become a member, become a patron of the arts.
Helpful and handy cat tips with your host, Butch Holler.
There you go. You ready? Now, blows your mind. See that? So you get her attention with your card there.
Butch, this is not gonna work.
You sure? Hey, look at here's the card. Listen,
you're making her mad.
I know. Listen, I got her mesmerized. It's not gonna happen again. Sometimes I can mesmerize them with a card just like so. Sometimes they'll take it just fine. But once in a while, they'll turn on you. And when that happens, you gotta fight. that be a lesson to you that, cats are not predictable in any way. You can't know what they're going to do. You can try. We do our best.
No, your best wasn't good enough.
That is not helpful, Noreen. None of that is helpful.
You are so
You hear me?
idiot.
I've been injured, goddammit. Could you have some
It's a
compassion?
scratch. You got a scratch.
That's not helpful. Well, come on back to the Butch Hauler Show. Thanks for coming by for cat
I'm
tips.
gonna do some more stupid
You
stuff.
are some kind of harpy, I'll tell you. Right on TV in front of all my friends. God damn you, woman. Friends, I'm here today to tell you about a product that I invented called rolling knees. A man of my age finds themselves on their all fours quite often. Out in public, at home, and company comes over, they catch you on an off time, and there you all on all fours, crawling around like a goddamn dog. You feel like a... Friends, I'm excited to tell you about a product that I invented called rolling knees. Now, when you're a man of my age, you spend an awful lot of time on all fours, and it's embarrassing, and it causes you tremendous indignity. Now, people come over to your house, they find you on all fours, they're going to call a doctor and have you committed. So I invented rolling knees. It looks just like your own shoes. Here, you have a gander at that. It looks exactly like your own shoes, and you just put them on your knees. I'll show you how we run them here. Stop hobbling, start wobbling. One size fits all. Crawl on the floor with dignity with rolling knees. Rolling knees, I mean. Look stylish in your new rolling knees for those times when you need to crawl around on all fours. Cooking for one, cooking for one. Hey, it's a whole lot of fun. Cooking for one, cooking for one, cooking for one. Cooking for one, cooking for one, cooking for one. That's one. Welcome back to Cooking for One. I got a heck of an invention to show you. It's an electronic can opener. You gotta check if the can's still good. If it makes that kind of scratchy sound on the side of a table, it's still good. The contents are still good. You can smell the outside. A can that's gone bad will stink. Now, you jam the spike of it right into the top of the can. It takes a great deal of skill and finesse to do this. It's not a surefire. I should warn you right away. It's not a surefire thing, and not everyone is able to operate a can opener such as this. It's a very complex piece of machinery. Just to start it out is it's very difficult. I had a little bit of trouble myself with this one, but not much. I will show you. You see, we'll put a picture up of the can once it has been punctured by the spike that they supply you with at the very top of the can opener. But as I say, if you don't do it right away, just keep at it. Don't quit. The mighty can opener. This one's a multi-function tool as well. You can sharpen your skates on the back of this can opener, but I'll tell you, it's dangerous as hell because the spike, it'll hurt you, but the wheel will tear you apart. You'll end up inside the can opener, dead. You don't want that. That's a dramatization because your hand will not be smiling once it's inside a can opener. I'll tell you that much. Now, you may have to start the can in a way that's unconventional if you can't get her going. You got to get some tools around the house. You're going to need a normal beaver hammer. The one, they call it that because of the big teeth on the back of it. And you can put the teeth up inside the can hole if you need to get it open more. And an X-Acto knife, because an X-Acto blade is exactly the blade that's inside a can opener already. So you're just going to do it from the outside. So you put the spike on top and you smash it about 70 or 80 times, and then you can cut out a shuriken or a Chinese throwing star and use it as a self-defense method later on while you're eating whatever's inside your can, because you may have to defend this can against attackers. And this is what the hole will hopefully look like once you can. And then you use your company tin snips, the ones you use when company over the clean ones. Get them in and cut that out. And there you got your... And that's a can opener. At the Butch Holler Show. And that's cooking for one.
You hear me, woman? Right. Oh, we're back to Butch Holler Show. Thank you for coming down here. We got Frankie and Jimmy in the studio. They're going to play a couple of songs for us. But I wanted to have a word with them and introduce them to the Butch Holler audience. Have both of you out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, Frankie and Jimmy, you're from Hamilton, and you're a blues outfit. Which one's Frankie? Which one's Jimmy?
My name's Frankie.
My name's Jimmy, and our parents named our band.
That's fantastic.
I'm the brains. Frank's the pretty one.
He's the brains. I'm the body. It's a team effort.
Nice. Now, nice. I'll tell you, I saw you guys the other night at Turtle Fest in Tillsonburg, Ontario, and I had a wonderful time there. They had hot turtles there for sale to eat, and I had a couple of turtles, and then there was a bunch of animal activists there. They were telling us that it was not right to eat turtles, and what do you think about that?
They did not dip their turtle kebabs in the hot sauce that we had out there.
Right, you guys have a hot...
We put the vegan hot sauce on the turtles for the vegans.
There you go. They got a hot sauce. Where is it over here? Hold on.
Oh, I made you a snack right there.
All right, let's try this hot sauce out here. I'm also, as well as I'm having this hot sauce, I'm also smoking some of this golden powder that was sent to me from my friend Charlie on the internet. And I'm going to be smoking that, and it's the Bob Marley's lamp thing that they also sent with it. I will try it out.
Be careful. It won't ruin your night, but it might ruin the next 5 to 10 minutes. And another
is it
5 to 10
very hot?
minutes.
Is it what kind of hot would you say it is?
Well, it's hotter than your wife.
Watch it, Sonny.
That doesn't take much. Whoa, that's spicy.
You're so soft.
Yes, it is. I don't know about that, but it is spicy. Now, well, that's a good. You make that yourself. And where do you make that? In your kitchen, at home? Where do you do that?
Due to legal reasons, we can't actually disclose the exact location.
But it's not tiny Bangladeshi hands making this kind of hot sauce, is it? It's not.
May or may not. We can't actually say.
It's not little kids making it or anything. You know, you feed them then, and you pay them something, don't you?
They get a cut sometimes if they're quiet.
That's terrible. Now, you know, do you ever have somebody try and join your band? You ever have somebody just come in and say, "Hey, I think you need somebody else extra in your band. You need a baritone sax player, and I'm a crackerjack."
Yeah, that happens a lot.
But that's the instrumentation. It's harmonica and vocals, and then a guitar and a stompy bit of a box there for a kick drum, because you don't need to hire another person. You don't need to hire.
Yeah, well, we don't need no 5-string bass players.
No, you definitely do not.
We are looking maybe for like a 9 or a 10-string bass player. But
oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, did I hear something about a 10-string bass player?
Whoa, what's your name? Who the hell are you?
Oh, Grant.
Hey, Grant. What are you doing down here, man? You're in my space, man.
Well, I just live next door. And listen, I'm a musician myself. A bit of a musician.
You definitely look like a musician, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you got a real face for radio.
Well, that's great. Listen, if you need
Hey, that's our beer. Where'd you get that beer?
What, this?
Yeah, where'd you get the beer? Where'd you get that? That's our beer. We brought that beer.
It was just sitting in the car outside.
That's our car.
Well, geez, I'm real sorry.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck you, Grant.
Oh, Grant drinking a beer.
Get out of the fucking house. Fuck you, man. You fucking smelly ass hippie.
Oh,
fucking.
Why are you looking at me all
okay.
No, you want
I'm leaving, guys. I'm leaving.
Speaking of booze on the brain, this is the new record right here. We're going to take a shot of that right there. Take a look at that. That's where that's their record there. There's a bunch of songs, and I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on right now. But who drew that? Who drew the cover there?
Oh, that was me. I drew that.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
So, how many of the songs that I heard at the Turtle Fest are on this record here? Because I watched the whole show.
Five.
I
watched your whole show too.
Huh?
Yeah, you had a lot of people dancing there with your rock and roll band.
I have no memory of that evening other than seeing you.
Well,
guys
there was about 5 fights right after you stopped playing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the bands were controlling their behavior with our good vibrations and mojo. Yeah. And when they stopped, it was like it all disappeared. And like, I had to dodge a punch when I was loading gear. Like, I'm not even making this story up. Like, it was
very packed, and they were very hot.
They were passionate. Tilsonburg is passionate people.
Yeah.
You know what? There was a lot of great people there.
They really were.
That were hanging out with us and were being nice, and you know, the local guys were really swell, and when some friends came to see us. But then there was like people fighting. But it's nice for guys like you and I that like to party and like to have a good time, because you know, when there's someone over 20 feet over fighting, they're not going to care if you're drinking some pocket whiskey. You know, the cops are going to care about the guy kicking the other person in the face.
Oh, you're going to play some songs right here in the studio, I think, and we don't even have to move the Chesterfield out of the way because it's just you two in the band, which is great.
Well, we were wondering if you wanted to play a tune with us as well.
Can Noreen sit in on the organ?
Yeah, of course.
No, that organ, Noreen. Jesus Christ, woman.
Well,
you're filthy. You're filthy in your mind. Well, let's not.
She's a lot of women are ambidextrous.
Please don't encourage her. She's a circus person, I'll tell you. Frankie and Jimmy, that was fantastic. You know, I love the blues, and I love your energy, and I love everything about your hot sauce. I drank a half a bottle of it. It's gonna come out like napalm in about an hour and a half, probably from both ends. But listen, Yeah, have you got your stuff on a website like a Bandcamp or like a Spotify
Yeah,
or
we got
some
it
kind
up there. Yeah, we got it
So
on.
let's put that up there.
The iTunes, the Deezer. We're on Pirate Bay. We're on Napster.
No.
We're on Winamp.
Well, I want to thank you for coming down here to the Butch Holler Show and playing for us here in the studio for me and Noreen. Noreen's taking a bit of a turn. She's a little bit feeling under the weather.
Yeah, was it too much boogie woogie?
She gets too excited, is what happens, and she just makes an ass of herself after. Shut your goddamn mouth!
Who doesn't?
Just stay back there and shut up. But she just makes an ass of herself when she's had too much to drink, and I thank you for being so patient with her and with me at the Butch Holler Show, and thank you, Frankie and Jimmy, for coming by. I hope you go and check out their stuff, and if you want to be a guest on the Butch Holler Show, just come and just write me on this. Just write me. Please write me, because I'm all by myself. It's just me here. Just do what I do all alone. Well, and Shiraz is here as well.
Okay.
So I thank you very much for all your.
Okay, thank you. This is the Butch Holler Show.
She's sleeping, man. I think he has sleep apnea.